guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spotlight, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule sets of the VGC 2018 season, or they were, until we had that big bombshell that was dropped on Friday last week about the update to the format changes that we'll be getting in 2018. So I'll briefly touch on it now because I do want to do a dedicated video just to those changes and updates that we got on Friday, but it's pretty exciting news. So we know we're going to have national decks going into Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon 2018 format. That will kickstart on the 1st of January 2018. So we've got a little way to go before we can officially play those rules in tournament settings. But very exciting, there's some changes to the timer as well, from 10 minutes your play to 5 minutes timer play per round. But there's a lot of questions out there still to be answered. You know, we haven't got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon out yet, so we don't know what legendaries are included within that game, because we know some mythical and legendary Pokemon are going to be unusable within the format, and you can probably outline those as things like Mew, Celebi, which are your mythical Pokemon, and your bigger legendary Pokemon, restricted legendaries, let's say, which will be Mewtwo, Groudon, Kyogre, things like that. I wouldn't imagine those will be allowed, but the question is Landorus T, the Therian form in there? Is Cresselia? Is Heatran? They're the big questions kind of over everyone's heads at the moment. I think the closest thing we've got to a format that we can kind of prepare in is the Battle Spot Doubles format, but you've got to imagine then, you know, there's moves in there that might not be in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, like Power Punch Kangaskhan. Power Punch isn't a TM anymore, so does Kangaskhan get that? Is it a TM in the new games? There's the new Ultra Beasts as well, so the format is going to be very different to Battle Spot Doubles, but the basic premise of Battle Spot Doubles is national decks. We are able to use that, and you know, it's probably a good idea. As much as some people say maybe it's not a good idea, but I think it's a good idea to play that format and kind of get a gist of how things are played with the national decks. It's not going to be exactly the same, so there's not much point of building really solid teams within that Battle Spot Doubles format, because things will change. We know we're going to get new Ultra Beasts and things like that, but getting a basic understanding of that format is going to help you in the long time when that format does change, and we know everything and all the information from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So on the back of that, as I say, I will be pulling a dedicated video just for those changes and discussing that and giving you my thoughts on that. Sometime this week, hopefully Wednesday, that'll go. But we are going to be bringing back a Battle Spot Double series. I think it's going to be very beneficial for everyone. So we're going to drop our QR code series for a little while and bring back on Wednesdays a Battle Spot Double series. I built a new team to bring into that. So this Wednesday, we'll be kicking off with that. It should be a lot of fun. Do let me know your thoughts on it though, guys, because I'm really keen to hear what you think of it. Now, on to today's episode. Sunny Monday, so I hope you all had a really nice weekend, had whatever you were doing. Do let me know. Love to hear what your plans were, what you got up to, if you were at tournaments, how you finished, all that jazz. Do let me know. We are playing the Tapu Bulu team again, as you can see on the channel art, but we have made a few changes. So Alessandro got in touch with me on Thursday or Friday last week and said, hey, I've got this great Tapu Bulu spread and set. You should try it. So we put that in the team today. And then Jury and Federico on the channel chat did mention that maybe Drifblim, and we were discussing a Drifblim maybe as a manual rain setter of a Pelipper would be better. So we've included that in the team. I've created a special spread and set for this particular team. So see how it works. Aesthetically though, it looks a lot better than I think the starting team that we brought last Wednesday, so hopefully it's good. Let me know your opinions though, and we'll talk about the changes as we go through the games here today. So we've got our first opponent playing a QR code team of Crocodile, Honchcross, Celesteela, Whimsicott, Mudsdale and Smeagol. So this is a QR code team. I think the basic premise of this team is to have the anger point, normally Scarf Crocodile with that Honchcross, with the Super Luck ability, Sucker Punch, hope for a crit, activate that anger point, and then let Crocodile do its thing. So how are we going to approach this? What's our best way around this? I think we want Tapu Bulu here for sure, just to disrupt terrains. It gives us immunity against Smeagol, spores and stuff like that. Probably want Arcanine as well. Do we want Mudsdale? Don't know how useful Mudstale will be here. It's not really offering too much. Let's go Arcanine, Tapu Koko, and Drifblim. So let's lock in with those 4 and see how we get on in our first match today. But pretty exciting. You know, we know what we're kind of half expecting for the VGC 2018 season, so it'll be really cool, I think, whatever. Also, before I forget, I do apologise about the audio issues that we had on Friday's episode. So it appears to be an issue with my microphone, unfortunately, which I'm pretty sad about. So we are recording through my desktop's built-in microphone, so the quality probably won't be that great, but it's better than the stutteriness of how annoying that was. And thanks for those of you that brought it to my attention on Friday. I was pretty strapped for time on Friday, so I didn't check the video before it went up. But thank you for you guys out there that kind of brought it to my attention. And sorry, it was an issue with the original recording, so there wasn't really much I could do with it. But hopefully this will do for now, and we'll look at resolving that as soon as possible. So, anyway, into the match. We see my opponent lead off with Smeagol and Whimsicott. So what do we expect here? Do get the Intimidate. We do put a little bit of pressure on to the Smeagol. I mean, kind of don't want to just substitute in front of the Whimsicott with potentially Encore, so I'm going to go for a Horn Leech, and I'm going to switch in Tapu Koko for my Arcanine. Preserve that Intimidate for later on in the match, and get that grass, like the electric terrain up, so we can just nullify any potential spores coming out as well. So, do get the electric terrain up with Tapu Koko, switch it in for the Arcanine. See, just a fake out come out from Smeagol into that Arcanine, which is now Tapu Koko slot, and we do get a Horn Leech off into Smeagol, which will nearly take it down to what presumably is its Sash. And what is this? This is a Z move. So, let's see. Is this a Z Trick Room? Because it looks like it is. Okay. Okay, so we are under a Trick Room now, which isn't ideal, but it's not the worst thing in the world. We are immune to this Spore, and you've got to imagine with that Whimsicott as well, it might have access to Grass Whistle, which could be a bit problematic. I think what I'll do is just Horn Leech into Whimsicott. You've got to imagine it probably has a Sash, and I'm going to go for a Dazzling Gleam with Koko as well. We might see a Follow Me come out here from that Smeagol though, just to protect the Whimsicott. Wimmy just protecting here though. And let's see what this Smeagol goes for. Explosion! That's insane. Exploding Smeagol. How much damage will this do? Okay, does, I guess, a little bit of damage. Kind of opens the door as well for something else to come in. Our attacks are just going to be blocked by that Whimsicott's Protect here. And we do just take a little bit of health back with that leftovers that we've got on the Tapu Bulu. So what is going to come in? I think you could have given me a list of everything to expect from the opposing Smeagol what I was going to do that turn. I never would have guessed Explosion. Right, I think what I'm going to do here is switch out Tapu Bulu. Do I want to switch out Tapu Bulu? Probably do want to switch out Tapu Bulu. And I'm just going to bring in Arcanine and protect Tapu Koko here. And we'll see what this Celesteela goes for. Get an Intimidate onto it. Should be quite nice. Swagger. Okay, so swaggering the Celesteela. Okay, so after Intimidate, putting it on +1 is confused, but does reveal the Lumberry. Okay. Okay, this is a little bit scary now. So we see a Rock Slide come out, but Arcanine avoids. Okay, so we get away with that massively here. I think what I need to do is... okay. Do they go for a Rock Slide again, or just a... Because I really need to preserve Koko. at this point, and I need to start cycling those Intimidates. Let's bring in Bulu for Arcanine, and let's bring in Drifblim for Coco. If we can get a Will-O-Wisp onto the Celesteela, that would be pretty huge. So there's Tapu Bulu switching in. Gonna get that Grassy Terrain back upon the field. I think if we hadn't taken that explosion damage on Coco, I would have felt a bit more comfortable leaving it in to take at least one Rock Slide. This Wimmy going for another Swagger. But onto the time. Okay. It does confuse us. And Celesteela going for a Heavy Slam into... Okay, the Tapu Koko slot, which is now the Drifblim. Okay, so... I'm going to switch out back into Arcanine with Bulu, and I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp onto that Celesteela with Drifblim. We might lose Drifblim here, but we don't have Protect on it. So, and if we don't see another Swagger come out into that Celesteela this turn from that Whimsicott, we might be able to take the Rock Slide with that Drifblim. So, as long as you don't get flinched, we should be alright. So just a Grass Whistle coming out is into that Drifblim. It does hit because of that boosted accuracy from the Z Trick Room there. And an Automat has come out. What is this Celesteela? This is ridiculous. Okay. Dimension Sim back to normal, so we do have access to I think I've got to Flare Blitz the Whimsicott here, and maybe I need to get the Tapu Koko in because we're just prone to go on. We're getting put to sleep by a Grass Whistle here. Okay, but I think I'm going to have to... One thing I could do is switch in Tapu Koko for Arcanine and go for and hope we wake up and go for that Will-O-Wisp into the Celesteela here. The thing is, if the Whimsicott goes for another Swagger, you know, the Celesteela could become confused. Well, it will become confused, so it could hit itself in confusion. So I don't know if they want to go for that again. So there's another Swagger coming out, but it is into the Koko slot this time, so it was into that Arcanine. Does Drifblim wake up here? Come on, Drifblim, wake up, wake up. Rock Slide. Should take this. Do. Okay, come on, Drifblim, wake up, wake up. It woke up. It got the Will-O-Wisp. Excellent. The RNG gods are on our side, so that is huge for us right now. Okay, that's massively helpful. So what I'll do, switch out Koko into Arcanine again. We've got the Electric Terrain up now, so that's good. And I think I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball this time around into the Whimsicott. We could see another Grass Whistle come out from that Wimmy onto the Drifblim. Because we're not grounded, we're not affected by the terrain, so, you know, we're not protected. But at least Arcanine is here. So let's see what happens. Whimsicott going for that Grass Whistle again. Hitting again into that Drifblim. Okay. And Celesteela going for a Heavy Slam. Is this into the Drifblim slot? No, into the Arcanine. Okay. So we take that quite comfortably. The Drifblim just carry on napping. So I think our priority here is probably to get rid of the Whimsicott because that's the biggest thorn in our side at the minute. So I'm just going to double into that. And if we can get it down to maybe a Sash without Arcanine, then we've got the extreme speed we can take advantage of the next turn. It is going for that Swagger into Arcanine though, boosting our attack stat. Which is a bit of a double-edged sword really, because if we don't hit ourselves in confusion, we get the attack off, we will be taking the Wimmy down. Rock Slide chipping away, Drifblim staying asleep this time around. So, the big question is, does Arcanine... it hits itself in confusion, doing some actually pretty big damage to itself. Okay. I'm just going to go for the same again. click in, click in, click in. We'll see if we can hit this Whimsicott this time around. Going for another Swagger. Oh my god. Please don't hit yourself in Confusion, Arcanine. You're on +4 now. Celesteela Rock Slide again. Drifblim avoids. Okay, Arcanine, come on. You got this. Drifblim wakes up. So Shadow Ball into the Wimmy. Arcanine snaps out of Confusion, not wanting to mess around. So, taking down that Whimsicott. This is working out alright because this proc, I think we're just above berry range, which is a bit awkward. But we do have access to Tailwind now with our Drifblim, and then we can start just launching attacks off with our Arcanine. Mudsdale is the last Pokemon on my opponent's side of the field, so all we need to do is make sure that we get rid of this Celesteela. But I mean, +4 Flare Blitz is probably enough to take down the Mudsdale, you've got to imagine. I think we'll go for a Protect, and we'll go for a Tailwind here with our Drifblim. So we'll get that Protect off the Arcanine. So Rock Slide coming out from that Celesteela. Drifblim just dodging these Rock Slides, just like a ninja. It's a bit unfortunate for my opponent, but you see double Rock Slide. This one is not going to miss though, and it will take down a Drifblim. Okay, so we can bring in Tapu Bulu here. Do you see a Life Orb on that? Well, I mean, we're probably better off bringing in Coco and going for the Electric Z move into Celesteela, which will be able to pick up the KO there, and then just Flare Blitz into the Mudsdale. Just say like +4, we should be taking it down. You would hope anyway. So we will go for that Flare Blitz into the Mudsdale, and let's go for that big Z move into Celesteela. I think the worst thing that could happen here is if we see, Protect from the Celesteela and then an Earthquake come out from the Mudsdale, but we're not seeing any Protect come out from that Celesteela here. And as long as we take that down, then we've got Tapu Bulu to come in the back. And as long as we get a bit of damage onto it, Tapu Bulu should be able to close the show up for us. So there is that Gigalope Havoc. Big damage, takes down the Celesteela. No messing around. And Arcanine, let's see the damage. Easy. Easy. +4 Flare Blitz. So we managed to take it. Arcanine's going to go down to recoil in the process. But, what a great game. Really good game to my opponent. I think we got a bit fortunate, one of the turns with that first turn wake up with the Drifblim. But at the same time, Grass Whistle's accuracy wouldn't have been that amazing. I only had one stage of increase, so it would have still been... what would it have been? I don't know. But it wouldn't have been 100%, so... And they did hit them every time, so... Although we did get lots of Rock Slide misses against us as well, which kind of helped. But regardless, exciting game and a great game to kind of kick off today's episode. So hopefully we'll be able to continue that and jump into our next game, find an opponent pretty quickly, and have another exciting game. I do like the feel of the team as well. Like I was saying before, aesthetically it looks a bit better than how it was, I think, when we initially started off on Wednesday last week with the team. Aesthetically it looks like we've got a lot more options here. We've got the Trick Room mode with the P2, we've got the Tailwind mode with the Drifblim. We're not relying so heavily on Pelipper. If we want Rain, we can bring Rain. We don't have to just switch in and it's there. So we can pick and choose when we want to use it around the Arcanine, which supports that a little bit better as well. I've got the EV spread on the Drifblim, so in grassy terrain we'll always take a Life Orb Thunderbolt from a Tapu Koko. Easy peasy, so that's quite nice to guarantee us getting the Tailwind off. And defensively, we take a Shadowbone from Marowak, unintimidated, which is pretty nice after the Grassy Seed boost. So that's quite a nice option we've got there. So we have our next opponent. Talking about Alola Marowak, there is one on my opponent's team. We've got a team of Kartana, Mimikyu, Magnezone, Gyarados, Tapu Fini, and Marowak. So 2 water types on there, supported by the Alola Marowak's Lightning Rod. We've got Magnezone. I think the only mode of like speed control in my opponent's team is probably Trick Room from that Mimikyu, but whether or not that's a primary kind of target with this team, I wouldn't have thought it is. You know, we could maybe see Bulldoze on the Gyarados as an option, but I think with Tapu Bulu here, we need to bring it because we can't rely too heavily on our Koko to deal with those water types. Drifblim is going to be decent here. I think probably Mudsdale and our P2 are probably our best options for late game as well. So with Arcanine supporting the team. So we might want to leave Drifblim at home here and go Bulu. Bulu. Do we go Bulu, Arcanine as a lead? That's not a bad lead, I guess. But then we are a bit prone to the Marowak, so we might want to go. Let's go Bulu, Arcanine, P2, and Mudsdale, and let's see how we get on with those two. We'll go up against Costas. So, be interesting to see. Yes. So guys, do let me know, like I mentioned earlier on at the start of the video about the Battle Spot Double Series, if you'd like to see more of it, rather than just once a week on a Wednesday. I'm quite happy to up the amount of time we play out on the channel. Just want to be a bit cautious as well, because you know, the VGC content that we're putting out at the minute, VGC 17 rules are still relevant. We've still got tournaments within this year. We've got some big tournaments within this year. You know, we've got London, we've got special championships and things like that. So it's not dead in the water as yet, but if you prefer to see more maybe Battle Spot Double Series on the channel, do let me know. It's something we'll definitely be able to sort out for you guys. So you see my opponent lead off with Gyarados Mimikyu. We know the Gyarados isn't a bounce variant, so we don't need to worry about that too much. I think I probably want to... I'm going to go for a substitute with Tapu Bulu here, and I'm going to switch out Arcanine into P2. I want to preserve Arcanine for later in the game, that Intimidate as well. You know, we are pretty threatened right now from the Gyarados taking a Waterfall. We might see a Dragon Dance here, but we do see my opponent withdraw the Mimikyu for that Marowak and a Dragon Dance come out from that Gyarados. So we are going to get a substitute up though with Tapu Bulu. One thing we could do now is switch in that Arcanine again for the P2 and then go for a Leech Seed maybe onto the Marowak. Or we might be better off going for... Because my opponent could double into the Tapu Bulu here, which could be a bit of a problem. But let's go for a Leech Seed and let's go for... Let's get that Arcanine back in, get those Intimidate cycling. So Marowak actually just switching out straight away. Mimikyu coming back in. We're going to see another Dragon Dance from the Gyarados. Just an Ice Fang into the Tapu Bulu. Okay, so revealing that. It's good information going forward. We do get the Leech Seed off. Doesn't even break the sub though. Okay, so that's really good for us. So it just means that we're going to be able to go for a Leech Seed onto that Gyarados this next turn, which is nice. If it goes for a Dragon Dance to try and bolster those attacks again, I'm just going to switch the Arcanine straight back out into P2 here. I don't see really too much harm in doing that. But we will get the P2 in. And we could potentially go for a Trick Room as well. We're going to see the Mimikyu switch out for that Marowak probably again, yeah. We're just going to cycle. Same turn as earlier, so we will get the P2 in. And another Dragon Dance coming out from the Gyarados, but this time taking a Leech Seed onto itself from that Tapu Bulu, which is a lot better, I think, than going for that Marowak. The Marowak is the big problem at the minute, so I think I'll protect Tapu Bulu this turn now, and I'm gonna. Do we switch in Arcanine? Because my opponent could kind of play on that. Whereas we could get an Ice Beam off into the Gyarados, just get some damage off onto it, and protect Tapu Bulu this turn. Sorry, my phone is beeping. So Marowak just switching out again. We're not going to switch out this turn. We could have went for a T-Ball. It was a bit cheeky, but we could have went for that. That would have kind of ended things right there and then. So we're going to see the Gyarados. What's it going to do? Go for another Ice Fang, but into that sub this time. We've got the Ice Beam into the Gyarados just to get some damage off onto it, which is all we're kind of concerned about at the minute, getting rid of that Gyarados. So I think this turn I'll go for a Leech Seed into the Mimikyu, and I'll switch in Arcanine once again, because we'll probably see the Marowak come in for that Mimikyu. But Gyarados actually switching out now. Marowak coming in on that side of the field, which I don't mind too much, because that Mimikyu really has to dedicate an attack into the Tapu Bulu slot to get rid of that substitute. If it doesn't, then we're sitting the next turn with a sub up, so it's fine. It might go for a Trick Room, you never know. But we do get, ooh, we're going to see a Taunt come off into the Arcanine slot. Okay, so not into the Tapu Bulu slot. We do get the Leech Seed off though. And again, I just feel like I want to switch out the Arcanine, to be honest. Grassy Terrain does disappear from the field. I think I'm going to go for a Leech Seed. Do I go for a Leech Seed into the Marowak this turn or not? Because could just protect and bring in P2. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just be a bit safer, because if the Mimikyu goes for an attack into the Tapu Bulu, it's likely it'll break the sub here, and then the Marowak can just freely get an attack off and potentially take down the Tapu Bulu, which is not something we really want to be happening. So Shadow Claw into the Bulu, so it looks like we're going for that double up here. So it's likely that we see a Taunt come out from the Mimikyu here, maybe. I think what I'm going to do is switch out into Arcanine again from Bulu, which isn't a bad idea, and then just go for an Ice Beam into the Mimikyu, just to break that disguise. I don't want to go for a T-Ball, not when there's a Marowak on the field. We could potentially go for that, but I don't want to reveal it. Even though we haven't revealed it yet, you know, it's likely that we do have it. So we do switch in Arcanine, get an Intimidate up onto both targets here. Wonder if we'll see the double up again. So just a Taunt into that Porygon too. So we could have kept the Tapu Bulu and went for a Leech Seed, but we do break the disguise on that Mimikyu. And what are we going to see? Flare Blitz. Ooh, Shadow Ball. Okay. Well, that Marowak is on -2. Still doing some big damage, but we are going to be able to get some health back, I guess, through the Leech Seed. Got to imagine though that the Mimikyu probably switches out this next turn into the Gyarados. So I'm going to switch Tapu Bulu in for Arcanine here. Keep that Intimidate in the back, and I'm just going to carry on Ice Beaming into that Mimikyu slot. Because if the Gyarados comes in, we want to try and just keep chipping it down, and it looks like it probably will be that Gyarados, yeah. You've got to imagine the Marowak probably goes for Shadowbone again into that Arcanine. I feel like with this team, sometimes you just got to be patient and just play around. We just see the Marowak switch out though. So again, we could have went for that. We could have went for the T-Bolt, but we didn't. Never mind. Do get the Ice Beam off into the Gyarados. And proc a berry, so probably, is it Figgy, Ayapa, Mago? Mago berry. Now, we have the grassy terrain up, which is a bit awkward because we are powering up that Kartana, and if it does have... I think I'm going to go for a Horn Leech into the Gyarados. Wait there. Are we minus? No, we're not. I'm going to go for a Horn Leech into the Gyarados with Tapu Bulu, and I'm going to switch in Arcanine on that P2 slot. Kartana just switching straight out. Marowak probably going to come back in. Yeah, there we go. I wonder what this Gyarados goes for here. Does it go for an Ice Fang or does it go for that Dragon Dance? The big thing here is we need to preserve our Arcanine for that Kartana late game. Now we've got P2, but if the grassy terrain's up, it's not going to do us too many favours. You see Dragon Dance come out from this Gyarados here. Boost those attack and speed stats. Do get a Horn Leech off. Do some good damage. It's probably in extreme speed range now, which is good. So we can go for that extreme speed this next turn. And just go for a substitute, I think, with Tapu Bulu. Go for that extreme speed. We're not on -1, are we? I don't think it matters too much. No, we're not. So it's fine. So get that extreme speed into the Gyarados. That should pick up the KO. So there we go. Extreme speed. Does pick up the KO onto Gyarados. So there's one component of this team gone, which is good. Get the substitute up with Bulu, so we'll probably see a Flare Blitz into that slot. Yeah, got to imagine. And the sub going to be able to take that for us. And everything's going to take a little bit of health back with this grassy terrain up. Okay, so Kartana may be coming in here, or Mimikyu. Kartana. Yeah. Okay, so do we just sub again with Bulu? How long have we got with this grassy terrain? 2 turns, okay. I just feel like the Flare Blitz into the Kartana is so obvious that we probably won't see it this turn, but I'll go for the sub. I feel like we need to go for the Flare Blitz into the Kartana slot regardless. It's likely it'll protect though, that's the thing, and we'll probably take a Shadow Bone from the Marowak. Substitute, but at least we targeted into it, because I think the big problem there was if we didn't target into it and the sub went up, then it puts us in a really bad position going forward. So just making sure that we're getting rid of that sub. Probably take a Shadow Bone into that slot, but it means that we do get a free sub up with our Tapu Bulu, which is the main thing. Unless the Marowak goes for the Flare Blitz again into the Tapu Bulu. Flare Blitz, it looks like it's going to. Okay. Again, just break the sub. Okay. I think we just go for the same play again. I'd feel a bit more confident if the grassy terrain wasn't up, because that Kartana's probably got the Bloom Doom. It will do a lot of damage to Arcanine, even though we do resist it. Yeah, just go for a sub again. and I'll go for that Flare Blitz again. This time the Kartana detects. So we'll probably see a Shadow Ball come out from that Marowak this time around. There's the Shadow Ball. Hopefully this just procs the berry on the Arcanine. Oh, it's not even doing that. Okay. Okay, so I want to get Arcanine out of here because I want the Intimidate to bring back in later on in the game. I'm going to go for a Leech Seed onto the Marowak, and I'm going to bring in P2. With that grassy terrain gone, at least we should be able to take a Bloom Doom from the Kartana. Hopefully it hasn't got Sword Stance. Substitute from the Kartana again. And Leech Seed from Bulu into that Marowak. And what is the Marowak going to do? Flare Blitz just into the Tapu Bulu slot. Okay. So I have to try and break this sub on the Kartana before I get Arcanine back in. But I think the Marowak's on -1 right now, so we should be able to take the Bloom Doom, potentially, as we kind of expect it to have. But combination of Bloom Doom and then maybe Flare Blitz will take P2 out. So we'll just protect Bulu here. He has that Bloom Doom. Oh, okay. So it's the all-out pummeling. Into P2. Oh, I hope we can take this. I really hope we can take this. We do, but if the Marowak's faster than us, we are going to go down. Ice Beam. So we are faster than the Marowak, which is good. The main thing, we get rid of that substitute so we can bring in Arcanine this next turn. Put some more pressure on. Flare Blitz coming out. It is into the P2, unfortunately. We do lose it, but this does open a little bit of a gap for us to bring in the Arcanine now. And at least the Kartana didn't get a Beast Boost there either, which was the big thing. So we will bring in Arcanine. Get another Intimidate off onto that Marowak as well, which is pretty nice. And now I think what I'll do, I'll go for, instead of a substitute, I'm going to go for a Horn Leech into that Marowak, start chipping it down. And I'm going to go for, do I protect or do I just go Flare Blitz? I think I just go Flare Blitz. Marowak withdrawing, so we're going to see the Mimikyu come in. So I don't mind Horn Leeching into this slot. Kartana just detecting here. Okay. Some Flare Blitz. Do some really good damage. So, I mean, we could sub here and then bring in Kartana, but the issue is, and bring in Mudsdale. I think I'm just going to go for a Horn Leech again into the Mimikyu and go for a Flare Blitz into Kartana. Kind of hoping that Arcanine is able to take both attacks. But we'll maybe be better going for a Horn Leech and then switching in Mudsdale, because I don't think the Kartana is gonna sub it in this right here. I think they're probably likely to double in, thinking that the Mimikyu's may be faster than the Arcanine, doubling into that slot with a Sacred Sword, yeah. And then a Shadow Claw to get rid of the Arcanine here. So not a bad switch in, I guess. So we'll get, oof, wow, that does huge damage. Is that going to proc? Should proc our berry. Mimikyu actually revealing the Life Orb does proc our berry, which is decent, I guess. So giving us some health back. Horn Leech will get rid of that Mimikyu. Okay, so do we leave Mudsdale in? The thing is, the Leaf Blade could crit a Mudsdale, which is a massive problem. And I fancy Bulu to take a -1 Flare Blitz. Or do I? That's the thing. I think we probably sub with Bulu. Switch in Arcanine. Kartana might go for a sub here, but I think it's probably more likely it just goes for the double in. Such a long game as well. But I feel like Drifblim might have been a lot better here than the Mudsdale. So Marowak actually protecting. Okay. So I'm going to say, oh, a substitute from the Kartana. It's not ideal. Not ideal at all. Get a sub up ourselves. Let's get that Leech Seed off onto the Marowak this turn. Kartana's likely to protect here, you've got to imagine. So we could bring in Mudsdale again for Arcanine. Should have just went for the close combat into the Kartana that time round with the Mudsdale. Too worried about crits, I think. We should have just went for it. It's kind of cost us a little bit here. Kartana, there's the Detect there, this turn round. So hopefully we see Shadow Bone from the Marowak into the Arcanine slot. I feel like that's the bigger threat right now. Like the Arcanine for the Kartana. Once that's kind of gone, we've not really got too many options to deal with it. There's the Shadow Bone into the Mudsdale. We'll activate that stamina ability. But at the same time, you know, we don't want to we don't want to give the Kartana a free Beast Boost as well. So I think this next turn, protect the Mudsdale, we'll go for a Horn Leech and try and chip away at that sub with that Tapu Bulu. I don't know how many Horn Leeches it's going to take, but it's probably going to take quite a few to do it. So protect with Mudsdale. Leaf Blade coming out into the Mudsdale here to try and pick up that KO. Horn Leech. I have no idea how much damage this does, but it's not going to break this up. Probably going to take 2 or 3, I'd imagine. Flare Blitz from Marowak. Into Bulu's sub. This will break it. Okay, Marowak taking a bit of chip damage. I feel like we go for a Horn Leech again into Kartana. This time switch in Arcanine, I think. Hopefully whatever the Kartana throws at Arcanine here, we've got to kind of hope that it just procs the berry here on Arcanine. I don't think our berry's procced from up to now. It's been such a long game now. We do get the Intimidate off onto the Marowak, which is the big thing. Leaf Blade coming out into Arcanine. Is it enough to proc the berry? I don't think it is. Just above. Horn Leech. Is it going to break this up? Come on. No. And a Flare Blitz into Bulu. But maybe with the recoil, this takes it down. Well, the Leech Seed definitely will take it down, so we are... Okay. Okay, so let's protect. And, do we just double protect here? Get some health back on Bulu. Then the next turn, switch out our Arcanine into Mudsdale, potentially lose it, but then potentially take down that sub as well at the same time. Sacred Sword. We've got to hope that the next Hornleech breaks the sub on the Kartana. I'm kind of hoping that's what happens, but at the same time, we'll bring in Mudsdale and it's going to be slower then, so we're not going to be able to do anything. We kind of need to keep on top of this Kartana going for these subs. It's really difficult. I think we just need to proc the berry on the Arcanine. See a Sacred Sword come into Mudsdale here. So Hornleech, does this break this up? Come on. I don't even know if this will break it. It finally fades, so we can actually take advantage of that Intimidate this next turn. Okay. I think this is one of the longest games I've ever had in the VGC, 2017 format. So, let's bring in Arcanine again. Now we should be able to take a Leaf Blade easily. As long as it doesn't crit, we should be alright. And this should proc our berry and put us in a really good position going into the rest of the match. We get down to -2 Kartana. There's a Leaf Blade. It's into Bulu though. Okay. Hornleech. See how much this does. Nothing. But we'll probably be able to win out with just Tapu Bulu by itself, I think. It's just so dragged on. I don't know what my opponent's time is. Ours is pretty low. And we must have been taking a lot longer. We're running out of Hornleeches though. I think here we just go for that Flare Blitz into the Kartana. Hope that we take a -2. Yeah, we're just going to see a Leaf Blade come out. Going for the crit. And actually gets it as well. Oh, okay. Getting the Beast Boost as well. I don't think we can win this now. I think the crit there saved my opponent pretty much. But maybe not. We've only got 3 Hornleeches left, like 2 Hornleeches left, and I do not think that is going to be enough to take it down. So let's bring in Mudsdale. Let's go for a Hornleech, and do we just protect? Let's go for the protect with Mudsdale. Yeah. Kartana Leaf Blade. It's into the Bulu, so we could have even got a... it's an easy toggle for my opponent this next turn. I don't think we're going to even be able to get another Hornleech off. Don't think it's going to be enough. Really do not. I mean, we go for it, right? And then, I guess, see what happens, and then just go for a close combat. But Kartana's just going to target into Mudsdale here. Get the Beast Boost. And then it's Bulu versus Kartana. It is back to neutral now, after those Intimidate cycles that we've kind of put onto it earlier on. This is our last Hornleech. It's nowhere near enough, so... Oh, this is going to drag on. We're probably going to lose on our time. I might end up speeding this up, really. Because we can get a sub up here, but we're not going to be able to... we've got like so many moves to kind of rinse through. We can't use Leech Seed. As a Leaf Blade, not doing too much damage. Not a crit either. So this is a crazy game. It's just dragged on forever and ever and ever. So I do not know how long this episode is. I think we had a lot of opportunities here where we could have easily stalled it out a lot better, like closed it out a lot better than we have done. But maybe it's one to bring back for the episode analyzer at the end of the week on Friday, which we will be bringing back. As I mentioned last week, we're going to have it as a separate episode at the end of every week to kind of go over our mistakes, where we went wrong with the team, where we can improve and things like that. So I'm just going to have to waste all of our moves now, and then hopefully one struggle should be enough to take down the Kartana. Hopefully we've got enough time to do it in as well. I can't believe this, but we can talk about other things, I guess, while we're going on with this game. I can't believe it's come down to this. Maybe should have PP'd up. Let's see. I wonder what the max PP is for Horn Leech. I wonder if it is. Let me bring it up. I don't really want to be wasting too much time. Let's go for Leech Seed. Horn Leech. There's a Leaf Blade. Not very effective. Does break this up though. Go for another. We maybe should have went for a substitute there, but I don't think there's much. How many moves have we got left to get through? Loads. But I think we can do it in our time. I definitely probably will speed this up. Substitute. Okay, so we can do it. We can do it this time. Okay, so we're back. We're back. We can go for that struggle. Tapu Bulu, I command you to struggle. To struggle and KO the Kartana and take this game for us. Please be enough. So there's a sub from the Kartana. No moves left. Struggle. Bong, bong, bong. Is it enough? Is it? I don't. It is, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Feel like I need to, I don't know, take a cold shower after that. And that was a long, long game. Really great game to my opponent. And thank you so much for playing it out. Wow. So we got the result, and Bulu coming in clutch at the end there. I don't think any of the other Tapus would have been able to do that against Kartana, so props to Tapu Bulu there. Managed to do it. I won't save that game because we got it on video. But it was one for the history books, I see. So we're going to end things up there, guys. I'm pretty exhausted after that. That was like the longest game. Like, I've never had it go that far into time before, ever. Like, ever. That is the only time I've ever had the time go that low. So, crazy, crazy, crazy. Hope you've enjoyed it. Props to my opponent. It was a really cool game. It's kind of one of those slogfests to really enjoy. So we came out on top, which is the main thing as well. But there was areas in that game where we could have made different plays. So it'd be maybe good to look at the end of the week in the episode analyzer at the end of the week on Friday that we're bringing back. But we're going to lock things up there, and we'll be back tomorrow with more of the School of Hard Knocks. Do let me know what your opinions are on the changes with the team. I like them a lot. I think they're really cool. So it's nice to see some of the changes there. And big shout out to everyone that has suggested things and commented. Give me your thoughts on what you think of the team so far. Do keep them coming though, guys. And of course, let me know what you want to see in future episodes, what you want to see on this series, on the Basketball Doubles series, and everything and anything in between that. But we'll be back tomorrow. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like on the video. It's massively appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, so you stay up to date with all of our series that we've got going on. We've got School of Hard Knocks, which is our VGC series. We've got a Basketball Doubles series coming back this week. We've got a Best of 3 Battler series, which will be back this week. We've got our episode analyzer on a Friday, and we have a stream over on our Twitch channel on a Thursday. So we have tons of stuff going on that's hopefully really entertaining and beneficial for you guys. But until tomorrow, you all go away, have a really nice evening, whatever you're doing, morning, afternoon. whatever time it is, and I will see you all tomorrow. So thanks as always, guys. I will check you all tomorrow. So until then, take care of yourselves, and until then, bye bye.